Okay, in my earlier video, I was talking about maintenance, and I was just kind of trying to figure it out. Or not maintenance, hitting a plateau. And I think I've kind of reached a plateau at this point, and I was trying to think what I can do to kind of, get out of it. And so I found 18 reasons, or 18 suggestions on how to get out of your plateau. The first one is to reassess your calorie needs. I know that Weight Watchers said that I get 25 smart points, and I know that I get 25, and I know that to lose my weight I have to be a little bit under that, but I have a range from 15 to 29. But I have to start checking my calories that I'm taking, just because, like maybe I'm having pretzel rods when I should be having an apple. A pretzel rod's only 1 point, or even like a small piece of, what is it called? The Laughing Cow cheese on some celery or on an apple or something. That's still 1 point, but it's a better choice than the pretzel rod. So the pretzel rod, even though it's only 1 point, it's got the salt, and it's got the processed foods in it, and it's not a good choice. So I'm going to rethink my snack choices. Number 2 is to eat more fiber, because high fiber foods help because it fills you up. So if you eat something that takes you a little bit longer to digest too and to chew, so you know that it's going to work a little bit better. So you want to get more fiber in your meal. Number 3 is think about your caffeine. I am very fortunate that I like my tea black, but so many people I see using their points for their coffee. And even though it's points for their coffee, and I don't know this, I'm by no means an expert on this, and I don't put anything in my tea, so I could be completely wrong on this. But even though you're doctoring up your coffee to taste so much better, are there calories in there that you should be avoiding, even though it's less points? I think that's what they're trying to say, just to rethink your cup of coffee, that try to drink it, like if you have like 3 cups of coffee and you fancy it up 3 times, try one time not fancying up, just drink it black. I don't like black coffee, so I don't know. You want to, number 4 is cheat on your diet. That doesn't mean you're going to go crazy, and that doesn't mean I'm going to go cheat on my diet, I'm going to have whatever I want whenever I want. No, what they mean is, like, if you've hit a plateau and you've been there for a little bit, try to eat something that you don't think that your body would remember, and then it'll just say, "Oh, I get food. Let's get this metabolism working. Let's digest this food better," and it'll speed it up a little bit. That doesn't mean you got to go crazy with every meal. Just like one little cheat every once in a while, and the cheat is different than a treat. So if you're gonna cheat, just know that this is a one-time deal. So don't think, well, I can cheat every week and then call it a treat. Just think this is a one-time deal, just to trick my body into thinking I'm not starving. I need to get you moving. Cut back on salt. As you can see, when I prepare my food, I use a lot of salt. I like seasoned salt. I like garlic salt. I do like Mrs. Dash. I have like 5 different flavors of Mrs. Dash that I use every once in a while. I do like the Trader Joe's spices, but I don't know why. I think that I've always been taught that salt brings out the flavor of food, and so I have to eat less salt, in a nutshell. Number 7, another thing that I have to do is eat regularly. Skipping meals slows down your metabolism, and it only makes sense. The more your body's working to digest stuff, the more it's working to take nutrients from your cells and get your body moving, and not thinking that you're in starvation mode. I have to tell you though that when I eat 2 meals a day, I'm really not that hungry between meals. I really, really am not. I just my problem is I consume a lot of food at the one time, and I should divide that up over meals rather than all at one time, because I think it takes longer for the body to digest what I eat at one sitting, whereas if I was to spread it out. Once again, I know this. I know this in my brain, and I know this in my heart, but for some reason I just don't know enough to do it, and I got to work on that. Buy a water bottle. Like I said, I have my water bottles that I bring with me everywhere I go. If you'd like to buy the bottled water, that's fine. I don't like bottled water. The only time I drink bottled water is if I'm traveling, because I'm weird, because I have irritable bowel syndrome, and I just don't like to drink water from another city or state because I think it's fluorinated differently or something. I don't know. It could be in my mind, but I just don't. And so when I go on a trip, I bring my own water, and I try to figure out how much I'm going to drink. But if not, I buy bottled water. And then the way I do that is, even the week before I go, I only drink bottled water, so my body gets used to drinking bottled water. And then I only buy that brand. So I wouldn't buy a Kroger brand of water. I would be buying like Poland Springs water, or something that you could get everywhere. Drink some water before your meals. If you drink a couple glasses of water before you even sit down to eat, your body's going to think you're fuller when you're eating, and then it will make you eat more meals then. So that's something I should try. Spread out your protein and eat more. The one time when I was on Dr. Phil's diet, and I did lose weight on his diet, but I couldn't follow his diet because it wasn't my realistic way of eating. But what I did do, that I think Weight Watchers still does, is they encourage you to eat protein at every meal, because protein's going to fill you up more, and it's going to last a little bit longer. You want to learn a new skill. That doesn't mean you got to learn how to, build a house or something like that. But if you're just normally walking, try to pick that up like a slow jog. Or if you usually lift weights, try to lift a little bit heavier weights. Just do something a little bit different. Find a fit friend. Now, it doesn't have to be a skinny friend. It really doesn't. But you want to find somebody that really enjoys getting out there and walking or exercising or just going out and having a good time where food isn't involved. You can have a heavy friend that has that same mentality as you. They want to lose weight and they want to get out and exercise. It's always easier if you have somebody helping you out along the way. This is something I do, is a food and activity journal. I do have a Fitbit that I wear every day. I didn't change the color. I had a blue one to match this shirt, and I forgot to change it. But anyway, I wear my Fitbit every day. I try to do challenges, but I'm not really, sometimes I don't pay attention to it. But my goal in the winter is to get 7,500 steps in, and unfortunately I really haven't hit that goal. In the summer I hit 10,000, but that's only because I do walk every day, and I do a lot more in like swimming, and obviously you're more active in the summer and the spring than you are in the fall and the winter. You want to get enough sleep. When I was heavier, did not sleep well. I would wake up constantly at night, and it was because I think I had a bit of sleep apnea. I was never diagnosed with that, but it had to have been a reason I was always waking up. And now when I go to bed, I don't go to bed till about probably like 1 or 2 in the morning. But I sleep until 9 or 10 in the morning. So I am getting 7, 8 hours of sleep, which is more than I need. You need to take a rest day. When I do walk, when I can get back to walking, I walk 6 days a week, and I take Sundays off. Sundays is my rest day from everything. I don't YouTube, I don't journal, I don't track. I go to church and just veg out for the rest of the day. But I need that. I do need that. Although I do need to bring it in a little bit and rein it in a little bit more, like get a little more control over that day. You want to move more. Even if you just got up during the commercials and walked around the room, or got up during the show and did some exercises while you're watching TV. Some people have their treadmill in front of the TV and then they watch TV or their YouTube videos while they're doing it. You just got to move more. And then what you want to do is power through. It's going to take a while. Sometimes, like I've been on this 3-week, which I call a plateau. I've gained 0.7 in the last 3 weeks. To me, that's a plateau. In the past, I would have probably gained, easily 5 or 6 pounds. I often wonder, when I ate the old way, how come I wasn't getting bigger along the way? I mean, I got big. I'm not saying that. I was 304.5 pounds when I started, and now I'm 245. So I know that I can't go back to the way I was eating before, but it kind of makes me wonder. I was eating out so much. I was eating so much fast food and going to restaurants. Why I didn't gain way more weight than I did. I feel so bad for people that, to me, the wake-up call was when I hit 300 pounds. I kept thinking, I'm never going to hit 300. I'm never going to hit 300. And then when I joined Weight Watchers and I got on the scale, because I never weighed at home. I have a scale, but I never weighed at home. When the lady wrote in my book 304.5, I was like devastated. And I was so mad at myself that I let myself get over 300 pounds. But I didn't let myself get to 400 pounds. So I feel proud of that fact. And the last thing what you want to do is just look beyond the scale. The numbers on the scale, they don't define you. How do you feel? How are you doing? Do you feel better now that you can go buy smaller clothes? Do you feel better that you can sit in a chair and not worry if it's too small or you're going to break it? Do you worry if you fly that you're going to have to ask for an extender belt? There's so many things that you worried about before that as you're losing weight, you're not worrying about anymore. It's a hard journey. It's not easy. But then again, anything in life that comes easy is not worth having, really. You're not worth having. I guess that's not the right way to say it. It's not as appreciated as more. When Jim and I got married, we had the TV that I got for my 16th birthday. We had the lamps that he made in fifth grade shop. We had TV tables that we got as a shower gift. We had a card table for the kitchen table, and the flat that we rented had a stove and refrigerator. And then we bought a bed. That was it. But you know what? I appreciated everything I got as we got along in married life. Neither one, I worked part-time at a fruit market, and Jim just had gotten out of the Army. I was 20 and Jim was 21. There's no way I would have let my kid get married at that age with nothing to accomplish. But Jim and I have come so far, and I have got so much to be thankful for. And I'm on this weight loss journey, and I'm thankful for all of you guys because you're really helping me out. And we're going to do this. I don't have a doubt. It may take a while, but we're going to do this. So I will see you at dinner. Okay, there's my dinner and the last of my tea. So I have a healthy Olay wrap for 1 point. 1 point for my tablespoon of Miracle Whip. 0 for the tea, the water, the tomato. And I forgot to put the tuna because it's a tuna sandwich. 3 points for my feta cheese. 1 point for my 2 tablespoons of dressing. 0 for the salad and 2 points for my string cheese. So it's an 8-point dinner. I have 12 points left for the day. But that's tuna with some celery. I forgot to put the celery too. Okay, that's it for today. I know I was way under on my points, but I was busy cleaning all day because we have the communion party on Sunday when Alyssa makes her communion on Sunday at 12 o'clock Mass, and then we're going to have the party afterwards. And I have my Weight Watchers meeting tomorrow, so it was just easier today to get it all done. So I have it all clean. My dream is in another lifetime. Don't worry, Kelly, on freedom in a budget. I'm not going to do it now, but I would love to have Molly maids come in and clean my house. Wouldn't that be nice? Jim's very good about keep cleaning up after himself, so we keep a pretty neat house, but I don't like the deep clean. And I don't know if you can see it, but see how this thumb works normal? So you can like the video. This thumb, let's see so you can see it. It pops back into place. See, it's weird. But I spend the whole night, can you hear it? Let me be quiet. It's like you're cracking your knuckle. And so I spend the whole night just doing this all night. It doesn't hurt, but it's silly. It's just silly, but then so am I. Leave a comment, share. Hope that I have at least a small little loss tomorrow. And I was a blue dot yet again today, so I'm in the N is for Nurses Facebook challenge, and I have a side challenge with Weight Watchers with Carrie. And so Gina Pearson, why don't you join us? Because I don't want you to quit Weight Watchers. You got this, girl. Don't give up.